Welcome everybody to Goldenend versus Sniper. This is the Red Cup. It's the round of 16 high brackets. And players start with archer hero units, a Woad Raider, Scout, and 11 villagers, Japanese versus Saracens. And if you look here, I already see there's a big difference on the map here because blue has also, sorry, going to mention this really quickly. They start with a king. Blue has the water around him here, as you can see. So that's going to be pretty easy for him to wall off his base, while red is kind of on the mainland, I would say. Also, both players starting with a castle. And there are Gaia units to be found. Seems that there are Gaia petards. And there might be more petards on the right hand side here, but yeah, so far it looks like it, since red already found 7 of those. And I think you should maybe try to snipe a villager, so you could maybe try to snipe a villager on the wood line, or you can mass them up and try to go for the town center. If you get the town center, that would be really huge. Good thing for blue is his wood line is kind of protected by the castle, so we should be safe. He's making an early dock, so there's no deep fish here, just shorefish, but yeah, but we'll see if it was a good idea. And if you look at red, yeah, I mean, look at if red has to go through woods, his wood line is really forward, and a petard could kill villagers over here. At this point, no loom, of course, because red side you start with no gold, so you cannot get loom. And blue should maybe think about going forward here with his petard. We're on red's point of view at the moment, so he's housed. Does have a boar and a lot of sheep, and at the moment I'm not seeing a boar for blue here. Okay, the boar is on the right hand side, not going to be able to take here since red is using his unit to run around here. So both the armies should be same here, 6 versus 6. Both players still have their scout and both of their units that they started with. Good job, I think, from red here, focusing on the Woad Raider, because the Woad Raider is the hero unit, so it does not replenish its HP. Red actually already on the way to the fuel age. That's extremely fast fuel age. Of course, I can understand since you start with more villagers on the red side, but still, that's a really good fuel age for him. Okay, blue now being able to take the board since red went to the other side. Villager count, yeah, blue really had here though. Blue 4 villagers had, of course 2 of those are because red is on the way to the fuel age, and he should get 3 village advantage, I presume. And he also has 4 fishing ships out, so maybe if blue can hold, he should be favored in the long run, but then he needs to keep his villagers alive, losing a villager here on the wood line to the hero unit from red. Blue, smart here, walling it off. Fortunately, he didn't wall a bit sooner, because if he got the walls up over here, he could have denied the entire base. Okay, now the Woad Raider from blue might go down here, and that's the first unit we see going down. Well, the first military unit, I should say. And red 2-0 up with the KD. I think there are still some... should be some Gaia units left on the map to be spot. But both players are keeping aggressive. I mean, if I were in red's point of view, like blue of course is going to stay at home with all those units. But if I were in red's position, I would probably be scouting around, and actually he is doing that, but with his king. So yeah, I wanted to say that it would be scouting around with the scouts, but he's actually using his king for that, which is smart because he knows where blue is, and he sees that blue's army is over here, so he has nothing to fear running around with his king. Just needs to make sure he doesn't come too close to the castle, but I think this is walled off, and yeah. Oh, red actually, Vote Raider was a bit alone here and could be cut out, but look at this. Red, because he's in the fuel age, is going for 2 ranges straight into archers. Archers do have 4+1 range. Yeah, I actually missed fletching coming in for the Japanese player here, and without fletching, that's going to be really tough for blue here. That is a really important upgrade I missed. I'm really sorry about that. And now we can see blue losing more units. Oh, and blue is going with an archer range. I think he doesn't have the resource. Let's go to his point of view. Yeah, he does have the resource. I wanted to say maybe he doesn't have the resources to instantly drop down a blacksmith, but he should go for a blacksmith as well as soon as possible. Oh no, red found the gold here. Prioritizing on the hero units. That's of course good since that's a unit that keeps healing himself. So most of the time you want to prioritize the villagers, but at this stage, I mean, hero units is the most important thing. And blue actually going for 3 ranges and a blacksmith. 3 ranges and a blacksmith. He needs the gold to get fletching, which means that he has to go into skirmishers. And skirmishers, no fletching, no armor upgrades, which means that red can still do a good amount of pressure here. Red's even coming over with a villager here. 2 villagers actually. 2 villagers forward from red. I wonder what's his plan here. Also, he hasn't gotten loom yet. Something that blue has. So yeah, looking really good for him. He is denying the gold. Denying 1 wood line, but of course. Oh, we could see some petard action here. Petards on the skirmishers. That could be really great. And look at that. The petards chasing away the skirmishers. Red doesn't really want to fight this full archer versus full skirms, even though the skirmishers still don't have the defense upgrade. They do have the fletching now, but still lacking the defense upgrade. Red denied with the king now. Oh, there actually was a second boar over here. Looking at economy from red here for a second, a lot on food and still only 3 on gold. So yeah, since red has a lot on food, I think he could maybe add in a few scouts. Japanese don't really get the strongest cavalry, but since blue is full skirmisher, I feel like scouts could do really well here. Just a few one added in to deal with the skirmishers. Although blue now is adding in archers himself, and we did see Petard there getting in on the action, but didn't really do as much as I had hoped for. Did kill some and lowered HP on some of the other units. But I was hoping for the Petard to do a bit more. So the only thing I see for blue here, which could be a problem, is the lack of space. Really needs to try and expand his base towards the red and take control over this area so red cannot come into his base. Villager count is now even, still 5 fish ships for blue, even though they're just collecting shorefish, not really bringing in that much resources, but of course in the long run it tends to help. Because I don't see red going for a dock here to snipe those. It's here, red now, yeah, he's just adding in skirmishers of himself, not going for stable units, just adding in skirms. I think he could back up a bit more so he has the hill bonus over here. And I feel blue, why not add in some demos? If you add in a demo, you could really surprise red here and clean up the entire army with a good demo shot. And now he's trying to go in with the petards, and oh, could have been a good shot there. Good, trying to micro there away from the petards, getting a good hit there on. Yeah, like I said, not doing as much as I would hope for. And now red does have the hill here. Still has his hero unit. Wonder how much he has been doing this during these fights. But now Red knows he has the army advantage and he's pushing in. He's going too stable. So yeah, it's a bit interesting that he's adding in the stables now. I mean, he is up to the castle age sooner, and Blue actually sending over villagers to fight her because just a pure skirmisher army from Red at this point. But oh my god, this is so bad for Blue. Let's look at Blue resource to see how. Oh no, he's not clicking up the castle age anytime soon. 100 food. I feel like when Ratchet hits the castle age, he's going to add the knights, and that's going to be really tough for Blue. I think maybe if he goes for water, like now he's adding in the demos, could have been a bit sooner because now the army from Red is already on his side of the island, and knights will just run the crowds before they can get sniped. There could get it hidden. Let's see here. Great demo ship. That's what we were hoping for. This is why you go demos. Really great hit here from Blue, and killing, what was that for? 8 skirmishers. 8 skirmishers killed with a single demo. That was so worth it. The problem for him now is he is in the feudal age fighting versus castle age opponent, and he is full skirmishers. Doesn't really have anything to fight versus these knights at this moment. Demo ship, don't know if one demo ship would be enough to one-shot a knight. Don't think it is. And yeah, the only thing you can do is make spearmen. Make spearmen and try to get to the safety of his castle. I'm also going to try and find Red's king. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Blue calling the GG. He knows he's not going to get up to the up to the castle age, sorry, at a good time. And Red is just going to keep the pressure on with 2 stable knights. And here we see a demo ship doing like 3/4 of the HP on the knight here. So yeah, GG, well played. First game, a win for Red here. Let's check the achievements. Kill dev, better for Red of course, more army, and better resources. All by all, he was leading in almost everything. And the map explored also, huge difference here, 72 versus, what was it, 31%.